Good evening. We're reporting tonight with further developments in regards to the anti-migrant violence that broke out along the Russia-Azeri border. It appears that similar occurrences have been caught on tape in places around the world, the EU, the United States, and China to name some. We will now go to a video uploaded earlier today where Russia expert Dmitry Ivansky criticized those denouncing Russia for recent events.
The turntables. It seems as though the accusers are no better than their own baseless statements, only ever intending to turn the people against Mother Russia and fragment our people. As we have always maintained in the motherland, each nation is responsible for their own people. Our government has begun an investigation into the events in order to find the perpetrators of these acts. Other countries should decide whether or not it was they who launched these attacks, or if it was the thorn in the foot that are militias.
Thank you for the statement, Mr. Ivansky. Moving on, we have footage from the American President Jeb Bush's latest press briefing, where he is being questioned as he leaves the briefing.
As of right now, we are investigating the issue. Until the complexity of the situation is fully understood, I'll be making no further comments.
Now watch this drive.
Were we supposed to be impressed by a 10-year drive? Hello. Now, we move from comments from the American president to another panel. Tonight, we have human rights activist Alexander Smith, refugee representative Natalia Trusova, and security analyst Julia Walshman with us. First, we go to Alexander.
As we have seen time and time again, when it comes to times of crisis, no one wants to take responsibility for anything. And when no one takes ownership of such heinous events, nothing changes to ensure that such events do not occur again. What the international community needs right now is leadership beyond what any single nation can offer. I would like to see the United Nations come forward with a statement, followed by immediate action to address the tragedy in Russia and the following attacks on refugees in other countries. Thank you.
Natalia, can you tell us what the mood is like amongst the refugees?
There's a lot of frustration among refugees all over the world. We're already displaced and vulnerable, so the attacks are especially traumatic. Nobody feels safe, and we don't know what will happen next. No one is taking responsibility or concrete actions to help mitigate the violence that we're victim to, which is leading many to lose faith in government and international aid. Refugees are fed up with relying on the help of others, and many fully intend to start defending themselves if necessary.
A serious situation if left unaddressed. Speaking of security, we have comments from respected security analyst Julia Walshman.
In uncertain times, it is unlikely that people across the globe would all take to the same response in light of the cooling event and the increasing pressures on refugees. Consequently, in my view, it is more likely that governments are the perpetrators of this violence in an attempt to deter asylum seekers that they do not wish to or cannot support. Governments are going to focus on their people first, and without knowledge of how things are going to go in the future, it is perhaps unsurprising but saddening that they would choose to take these actions. Ultimately, this could lead to a global security crisis. As we have just heard, if nobody helps the refugees, they will be forced to help themselves, and this would constitute the largest state versus non-state conflict in the world. It is imperative that the international community do something to avoid this nightmarish scenario.
As we have just heard, the situation grows more dire by the hour. Something must be done, and quickly, in order to ensure that the situation does not escalate further. People in all corners of the globe wait anxiously as the United Nations Security Council will soon begin drafting a resolution to this terrible crisis. Will their solution be effective? Only time will tell.